Matthew chapter 1. The book of the genealogy of Yahushua Messiah, son of Daud, son of Abraham. Abraham brought forth Yitzchak, and Yitzchak brought forth Yaakov. And Yaakov brought forth Yehuda and his brothers. And Yehuda brought forth Peretz and Zerah by Tamar. And Peretz brought forth Hetzron. And Hetzron brought forth Ram. And Ram brought forth Amminadab. And Amminadab brought forth Nahshon. And Nahshon brought forth Salmon. And Salmon brought forth Boaz by Rahab. And Boaz brought forth Obed by Ruth. And Obed brought forth Yeshai. And Yeshai brought forth Daud the sovereign. And Daud the sovereign brought forth Shlomo by Uriah's wife. And Shlomo brought forth Rehoboam. And Rehoboam brought forth Abiah. And Abiah brought forth Asa. And Asa brought forth Jehoshaphat. And Jehoshaphat brought forth Joram. And Joram brought forth Uzziah. And Uzziah brought forth Jotham. And Jotham brought forth Ahaz. And Ahaz brought forth Hizkiyahu. And Hizkiyahu brought forth Manasseh. And Manasseh brought forth Amon. And Amon brought forth Yoshiyahu. And Yoshiyahu brought forth Yekaniah and his brothers at the time of the exile to Babel. And after the exile to Babel, Yekaniah brought forth Shealtiel. And Shealtiel brought forth Zerubbabel. And Zerubbabel brought forth Abihud. And Abihud brought forth Eliakim. And Eliakim brought forth Azor. And Azor brought forth Sadak. And Sadak brought forth Akim. And Akim brought forth Elihud. And Elihud brought forth Eleazar. And Eleazar brought forth Matan. And Matan brought forth Yaakov. And Yaakov brought forth Joseph, the husband of Miriam, of whom was born Yahusha, who is called Messiah. So all the generations from Abraham to Daud were 14 generations. And from Daud until the exile to Babel were 14 generations. And from the exile to Babel until the Messiah were 14 generations. But the birth of Yahushua Messiah was as follows. After his mother Miriam was engaged to Joseph, before they came together, she was found to be pregnant from the set-apart spirit. And Joseph, her husband, being righteous and not wishing to show her, had in mind to put her away secretly. But while he thought about this, see, a messenger of Yahuwah appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of Daud, do not be afraid to take Miriam as your wife, for that which is in her was brought forth from the set-apart spirit. And she shall give birth to a son, and you shall call his name Yahusha, for he shall save his people from their sins. And all this came to be in order to fill what was spoken by Yahuwah through the prophet, saying, See, a maiden shall conceive, and she shall give birth to a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which translated El with us.
Barakashah.
Awaking from his sleep, did as the messenger of Yahuwah commanded him, and took his wife, but knew her not until she gave birth to her son, the firstborn, and he called his name Yahusha. Chapter 2. And Yahusha, having been born in Bethlehem of Yehudah in the days of Herod the sovereign, see, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he who has been born sovereign of the Yahudim? For we saw his star in the east and have come to do reverence to him. And Herod
Isaac, where you been, brother?
Was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
Shalom. Studying. Trying to get that avenue open.
Where the Messiah was to be born.
Been back in the world, Edward Isaac, man. Whenever brothers don't come around, they're typically back in the world.
It has been written by the prophet. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Yehuda, you are by no means least among the rulers of Yehuda. For out of you shall come a ruler who shall shepherd my people, Israel. Then Herod the sovereign, having called the Magi secretly, learned exactly from them what time the star appeared. And having
Brothers Benai in the room saying shalom, shalom,
he
man.
Said,
I sent that brother the link also, man.
Diligently for the child. And when you have found him, bring back word
I don't
to
know
me
Nefertali, man. What's up with these brothers sometimes, man? I don't know.
Having heard the sovereign, they went.
I know that's right. They're getting on board. They're getting on board.
The east went before them until it came and stood over where the child was. And seeing the star, they rejoiced with exceedingly great
people
joy.
off, man. I'm gonna remove Israel.
Coming into the house, they saw the child with Miriam, his mother, and fell down and did reverence to him. And opening their treasures, they presented to him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
Shalom.
And having been warned in a dream that they should not return to Herod's, they departed for their own country by another way. And when they had left, see, a messenger of Yahuwah appeared.
Hey, buddy, want to shine, huh?
Saying,
"Hey, what Isaac? Where you been, brother?
Take the child and his mother and flee to
I've been studying that packet. Staying out of trouble. Being a secure party creditor.
I've been a creditor, man. A creditor is a part of a body politic. The creditor communicates with other creditors. Looks like you've been an individual life. I haven't really seen you around, man. I don't know what that means, man. But most people that was created to be social creatures, man. You know why people lose their mind in solitary confinement? Because they're not designed to be that way. Leave a man in solitary confinement long enough, he'll go crazy because he's designed to be social. It is not good that a man should be alone. I'll say that and leave that in the air. Who's this Jennifer that's in the room that's throwing scriptures? But the Lord faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from evil ones. You know who's just Jennifer in the room? Hey Nico, how you been, good brother? You still got the same number? All right, man. So let's go into this Bible study, man. I sent the link to Yahote. It's amazing how come on, the Bible study is something very serious. I can understand them not showing up for the secure party creditor call. That's why they're debtors. They don't know how to beat simple little things like traffic tickets, credit card debts, and things of that nature. I get that, Nefertali. But the Bible study too? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, Bible study is important.
I can't be around debtors that long, man.
Can't.
It hurts. It hurts, man, because a debtor is always going to give up something that's likely to put me in some sort of disadvantage simply because they behave like debtors. Tuesday night, man, pretty much between 8 and 9:30, man, unless something happens, man, we're doing Bible study. Then again on Fridays, and since I haven't been doing the webinar, Saturdays also. So it's not like they don't know. What's this been going on for a month and a half now?
Okay.
Saturday also? Come on, man. I haven't done a webinar at least a month and a half, almost 2 months.
Come on.
So it's not like people don't know, man. It's a small selected few, man. People come in for a minute, then they start creating those excuses again. When it starts to get warm, people start to fade because they want to fall back into the world. They think I can't figure that out. When it's winter, they don't have a lot to do. They're inside. But when it warms up, these Negroes, these N-words, I don't want to call them Negroes, N-words, they stop showing up because they back in the world, man. May the Most High judge you and bust you wide open, man. Real talk. for being a damn hypocrites. You can like that, understand it, believe it or not. Anyone got anything, man, before we go into this topic or the Lord's done away with? We've done 2 Bible studies where it was just questions and answers. Nobody really answered questions. I mean, asked questions, right? Jennifer, what is that? Raj Chula? Jennifer Raj Chula is throwing precepts in the room, man. See, Jeffy's been back around, man. I don't know. Can't call it. Kadar, I don't even see you in the. It's Kadar. Kadar, you put a TDOC or what, man? I don't really send this link to TDOC members, man. You joined the true disciples of Christ or what, man? Kadar be over here more than a lot of the members, man. Well, real talk.
I thought he was.
No, he's not.
Oh, all right.
Who interviewed him? No one did.
I thought the brother was already a part of the body. He's on here a lot.
Yeah. He's more diligent than the body. There's 2 brothers that was just on my other call, man, on the Commonwealth's call that want to join, man. I'm real reluctant to I'm going to start screening people myself, man. Make sure I get a feel for people. Like that other clown that someone let join is calling himself Kahan Will now. First he was calling himself Will Israel, that clown. If I had interviewed his ass, I would have gave him a red nose and some makeup so he could really get his clown on. He would have never made it through me, man. Real clown, man. I hope he's listening. Real clown. Let himself a damn Kahan, man. He don't know A from B.
That's the dude who his screen was green.
Right. Couldn't get on and say I was blocking him. Screen about as green as his brain. Hit the like button. Go ahead, Al. Hit that like button, Al. Anyone got anything, man, you want to talk about, man? Feel like smacking anyone, man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shalom.
And when Isaac, man, I mean, surely you slipping back in the world, man. I can tell it, man. I've been in this thing a long time, man. I always know when brothers are slipping, man. They stop coming around. Either they get up under their woman or they start doing something they're not supposed to be doing. Neither one of those are good. Neither one of those are good. If you're around a woman too long, she's going to pull you away from this truth. I don't care. You don't like that. I've been in this too long. And when you're under your woman too long, she's going to put that vibration on you, and you're going to start moving away from this truth, man. Because Eve don't want to be in this truth like that. She only wants to be in it to a degree. If you don't be around some other brothers going to correct you when you go off, you're going to slip. And if you fall, you're not going to get up on your own, man. Because you're going to fall in that vajayjay, and you know what I mean? She's going to buff your hood and go mess your head up. And then start whispering high-time voices in your ear. And she got you. Because I mean, they don't want to live all the way right, man. And I can prove it. There's not one of them that bow their husband totally like these precepts be saying. Not one. Show me the one.
None.
It's always some backstory in this setup, man. That's why I'm praying that this thing really pop off, man. With Russia and everything, man. I'm praying that this thing pop off. These dudes, man, they always, they fun. Oh yeah, I've been, you studying, man. All right, man, I got you, man. I can't say a word, boss, man.
Come on.
Chris Flores, what's going on, Chris Flores? Was that your joint ML today, Chris? Chris Flores, let's see. I think it was. Yeah. Chris Flores, I mailed your packet today. Now that was yesterday, Chris Flores. You should get it on tomorrow or Thursday. Chris Flores in the building. Chris Flores, your packet was mailed. Yeah. Marty Ma, what you got, kid? Don't see what I mean.
All good. All good. All good.
This is what I don't like about the brother Waleed. The dude is never on calls at night because of his woman, man. And I'm gonna call him out and tell him that's what's going on. No, that's what's going on, man. His damn woman. You can't reach the dude at night, man. Because that woman doesn't want him talking to me because I'm a real man. It's okay to talk to Jehote, no insult to Jehote, but he ain't gonna uplift his mom like me, man. Because I'm gonna call it square, man. He squares a damn cram cracker. Real talk. This dude, no, you guys haven't paid attention. He don't be on the calls at night, and when you my phone up, my phone. You gotta control that household, man. Control that household, brother. He don't be on any of these Bible studies, man. Tell him he's shoulder to shoulder, man. He can't even, my patience is getting about as tall as Gary Coleman with that dude, man. Real talk. Yeah, I'm shoulder to shoulder, man. You ain't no shoulder to shoulder with nobody, man. Just with your mouth, man. You like to talk, man. Just start singing. Flores, Chris Flores, that's your tracking number right there. Chris Flores, that's your tracking number. Should have that either tomorrow or maybe the next day, most high willing. Sent it 2-day mail. All right, so what was you saying, Marty, man? It's kind of disappointing me that brother's not on him, man. He really needs to learn this. Because he needs this more than he needs SPC, man, because he got to control that household. And the only way any of you men are going to control your household if you live by this Bible. Because the Bible teaches you that, just that.
I just say I see my man David in the house. Is that David?
Oh, up here twice.
David in the house. Shalom, shalom, brother. Body is collectively all together, man, tonight. The body is all together, David. It's all good, brother.
Was that the other
David hard body, man? I roll with David. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I roll with David hard body, man. I trust David a lot more than I do with some of these brothers, man. Because I know David won't snake me, and that's real talk right there. Right. I know he means what he says, man. I know he's a real dude. I'll give him that.
Right.
He might drink, but he's a real dude, man. He's a real dude. He's not a snake.
Swada, you are a real dude. A real dude knows another real dude. So
wow. Profound. That's profound talk.
It is what it is, Marty Moore.
It is what it is. Good.
Yo, I'll take a drunk David over a sober snake any day. Because then I got to become like a mongoose.
I'm on to that one.
Deauthorized representative in the building, man.
In the house, like a church mouse.
You going up, Marty? You gotta watch for snakes, man. Just watch for snakes.
Keep the grass cut low,
so, man, what's your boy name? JKLM. It's Jason, right? What's up with Jason, man? And with Shelly, you got anything, man? I haven't seen you over the past couple months. I think I saw you 2 times.
Shalom, I've been putting that thumbs up all the time. That's that proof right there. That bona fide proof.
When someone gives a thumbs up, no one knows who gave the thumbs up. I hope you realize that. No one knows who did it. Unless you put a comment in the room, we don't even know you had. You think? You can't tell if someone's here unless they're commenting. Word.
But that thumbs do wonderful things though. And this is words.
Them cats don't even want to put them up in the air, man. Put them thumbs up, man. Put them up.
Shalom, Shahar. All right, man. All right. Anyone that's supposed to be. I remember some of these dudes, man, that was in the chats and all that. I took them out, man, because they're not really worthy to be here. Night after night, they haven't been showing up. I just want to have them remove them, man. And they won't be coming back like Stephen King's boys anymore. Sometimes they come back, they won't be coming back anymore, man. It's growing season. Let me take them out of the emails, man. No more snakes, man. I don't want no more snakes around me, man. None. Raymond Smith wanted to be dismissed. He's out of here. Go ahead and chase the internet. You little internet hoe. Wow. You texting me too much. Can you stop texting me? Weak ass up out of here, man. I'm gonna let you come back. I'm coming to Vegas and pimp smack your ass, man.
Wow.
You're gonna work until you die, boy. Why?
He came out of his mouth like that?
Yeah. I thought that was
He put it in
somebody
the group
else.
text a few times, man. A few times. The text bothering him, man. Mad because he ain't getting no work, man. He ain't getting no work like he wanted. When the text come through, he was hoping it was a job. Another, yeah, gotta eat, man. Things getting hard. You go in the store now, look for bread. It's like, what else?
Come on.
Get him out of here, man. Make no mistake, man. I said Raymond Smith. Go and get your son. I'll smack his hoe behind too, man. Tell that. Run and tell that. Tazadaq, so he knows say.
So you're bothering him now. That's wild.
Word.
That makes no sense.
Don't worry about Raymond Smith. You won't get no more emails or texts. How about that, boy? Buddy. Stop sending other people YouTube channels that go to you, little hoe.
Wow.
When to come on, talk to me like that, man. All right, Raymond Smith.
That is
Calling people in the background, man. I hate this snake, man.
Mm-hmm.
David D. It's only a few, man. Every 10 men that go out, man, it's only one or two of them that you really can rely on. No swap. It gets thick, it'll be there.
Oh, man, it's wild. Oh, getting nothing but love, being bothered, huh?
All right, man. Are the Old Testament's done away with? Benaiah, what would you say? Is the Old Testament deauthorized representative in the building? Deauthorized representative, you gonna make it to this seminar? They knew like I knew, man. They was. Oh, the Old Testament's done away with. What about this new one? Jennifer, is the Old Testament's done away with? Jennifer Rajchula, are the Old Testaments done away with? Let's say a few. All right, let's start off with the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 4. Malachi, chapter 4, verse 4. Anyone that hasn't been joining in on these calls, haven't been responding, don't worry, you've been removed from the group. Everybody delete all of their old text forums and just store all new text from your phones. All old emails and store all new emails. Those people won't get any more messages. You have to want to be here. You show that by participation, man. $3:15. The good brother Raheem got 3 more days. 3 days. And a wake up. 3 days and a wake up. Military tour. Gully the Kid. Gully the Kid, where you at, brother? What country are you in, Gully the Kid? Gully be on every call, man. I can't hold you, man. Gully should be a member of TDOC. He be on every call.
Come on.
Was that Wild Bill?
The commerce calls also, man. What was that?
I said, that Wild Bill?
I don't know who Wild Bill is, man. Gully. Oh, he's in Colombia, man. Gully, you need to start a TDOC camp out there in Colombia, man. You need to email me your information. I've been to Colombia a few times, brother. I was in the military. I like that place. All right, who's that? David? No, that's Ali. Gully the Kid in Colombia, man. Gully, you need to start a TDOC camp over there, man. I'm gonna have to fly over there, man. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to fly over there. I like that, man. Come on.
John, you ready for that Malachi 4, verse 4?
Come on.
Book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him and Herod for all Yashalah, Israel, with the statutes and judgments.
So, Jehote, what did we get from that scripture that he just read? Hey, Gully, email me at that email address right there, brother. Email me at that email address. We got to get you in TDOC. We need some more bilingual people, man. These Boricuas, man, and so-called Mexicans over here, man, I don't even think they speak Spanish, man. They don't even speak Spanish, man. Come on. We need someone that's bilingual, man. ¿Cómo está? Bien. Only one we got to speak Spanish is Alicia, man. Nobody else, man. No comprende, man. No habla español. What's good, man? Come on, man. How you Hispanic? You know habla español, man. Poquito.
Sí, muy poquito.
Muy poquito español.
Claro que sí. Marineros pingües, tu gramatra titre fue. Ahí.
All right. Need some more bilingual people over here, man. So this word could spread to those places like that. Panama, Colombia, Costa Rica. All right, so what did we get from that precept, man, that Yashabim just read? My man Edward looking like a straight up OG with that hat on, man. Like a straight gangster, man. And with Shelly looking like a straight OG. OG Shelly, man.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
My man. You're more my goal at, Shelly. My goal at, King.
It's on the way.
Hey, come on, my man. You like 4 months late on that now, man.
You told me you was gonna send a you told me you was gonna send a new address too.
Man, that address has been on the website for 3 months and a half now. 3 months and a half, Shelly. So what did we get from that precept? Jehote that Yashabim just read, man. Deauthorized representative, man, in the building.
I would say that is the command for Israel, Yasharallah, the 12 tribes, to abide by the statutes and the statutes given by the Most High.
So basically, it's reiterating what we're talking about here, that the laws are not done away with, because it's saying, remember ye the law of Moses. Remember you the law of Moses. Read that again, Yashabin.
Book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him and Herod for all Yasharallah, Israel, with the statutes and judgments.
All right, so he's basically telling us that the laws of Moses are not done away with. These laws are not done away with. Now, the Christian novice or the devout Christian will say, well, that's the Old Testament. And I say to that, the words of the Most High is never outdated. Looks like Marty's having a connection problem again. There's no such thing as an Old or New Testament.
And I say that the words of the Most High,
Because his words never outdated.
King.
Come. So from there, let's go to Matthew chapter 23, verse 1 to 3. Matthew chapter 23, verse 1 to 3.
Book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 1. Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
Okay, stop for a second. So what is Christ doing? If the laws was done away with, why do we have this Savior right here telling them that the scribes, those that wrote things down, and the Pharisees, the orator that memorized the Torah, sat in Moses' seat? So he's referring them again to the law. If the laws was done away with, why is he telling them this? Because the laws are not done away with. You do error not knowing the scriptures nor the power of the Most High. Go ahead, read, King.
Come on, verse 3. All, therefore, whatsoever they bid you, observe.
Okay, so whatever the Pharisees, they tell you to do, you do, because they know the law. Go ahead, read.
That observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not.
So they reciting the law, but they're not keeping the law. They're telling you to do it, they doing it to show off. They're reciting the law, but they're not keeping the law. So don't do after their works. Or what they tell you to do it because they know the law. But it's going to be a sad thing that you might get in the Shemayim before them. And Bruce Lee in the building. What the? Bruce Lee in the building, man. What the? You got to be like what the? Bruce Lee in the building. All right, go ahead. Read on, King. Return of the Dragon, man.
That's my boy, Con. I'm Bruce Lee. I told him to blow in and
Oh, what?
yeah, that's my
Return of the
boy,
Dragon,
man.
man. Now, when he shouted Marty Moore out, man?
Yeah, man, that's my boy, Con. He said you want to be with some real cats, man.
All right, Bruce Lee, this is the game of death, man.
Yeah,
You just tuned into the game of death, Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Come on, verse 4. For they bid heavy burdens and grievous to be borne.
Come on. Come on. Those Pharisees are something else, man.
And lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
So they tell men all these things they supposed to do according to the law, but themselves are not doing it. Well, you should be doing this. Does it not say in your law that you should do this? But themselves are not doing it. Kind of sounds like T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen. I'd like to welcome you on here today. Praise the Lord. Praise God.
That gets me every time.
I want to say to y'all, God is good, y'all. No enthusiasm or nothing, man. Monotone. Monotone. I don't. What verse is that, Benai?
That was verse 4. Let me keep going.
Oh, no. We was only going to read up to verse 3. I thought it was verse 3, man. My mistake. Your fault. From there, let's go to the book of Romans 2 and 13. Romans 2 and 13. The law is done away with because we're under grace. Or the law is done away with because we are under grace. Is what that was. We're under grace. We ain't got to keep the laws no more, yo. That means I could take this rod, this rod, and that rod. I don't think God care about me going and get with another man after I've been ran through like the Lincoln Tunnel. I don't think God would do that to me, y'all. I know Jesus loved me. Well, maybe if you repent and don't play the harlot anymore. But otherwise, he hates wickedness, wherever it is. All kind of excuses, man. Scripture says there's going to be wailing and gnashing of teeth, man. Book of Romans 2 and 13. I'm going to add the brother Kadar to TDOC.
Book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before Yah, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
So again, this is telling us to keep the law. Keep the law. This brother right here, Amaru L, says he wants to join TDOC. But the doers of the law is justified. That means to keep the law. To those that cannot get that, that means we keep the law. This is in the so-called New Testament, sure. Why the church is not teaching this? Why the churches say we don't have to do this because we're under grace? And they will argue you down until they comes up against someone that really know the scriptures and shut them down. So again, we're saying that the laws are not done away with. From there, let's go to the book of James, chapter 4, verse 17. James 4 and 17. All the laws done away with, Chris Flores. Shikoya, Amaru L. Or the Lord's Wake Up Jacob in the building. Shout out to Wake Up Jacob, man. Mishpapa. Wake Up Jacob in the building, waking him up, man. Hey, I just want to say hi, Key, man. Thank you for letting me in, man. Key. Book of James 4 verse 17, or the Lord's done away with because we are under grace. It's what the Christians say. But let's see what the Bible says. Let the words of the Most High be lifted up, all the way up.
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good.
Okay, what it mean? What did the scriptures mean when it say to do good? It means to keep the law. To do good means to keep the law.
Okay.
So we can interpret that as for him that knows to keep the law. This guy that came in here, he say, N word, I am the law. I guess he didn't get enough attention when he was a little boy or something. Maybe he was touched or something. So now you got to come over here and trying to get attention. Let me tell you something about people like this. This guy right here, total chai. People that do stuff like this, they're usually they've been touched upon as a little child. They've been abused. So in their adulthood, they go around and they yearn attention, like this guy's doing right here. And I can't blame you for this. Total chai, total chi. It's really not your fault. And the only reason you're coming on a channel like this is because this is where you are in life right now. You're just a degenerate. And I don't fault you for that. It's not your fault. I get it. This is where you are right now. So we're gonna excuse this. We're gonna excuse your buffoonery, because if you could offer something better, then you would. But we won't allow you to interrupt this forum. So we're gonna dismiss you now. You could go back to the corner in your dark room and find something else to exacerbate tension with. Look at him. Look like he's in the room.
Typing
Look
fast as hell.
at him in the room. Emotional already. Look. Wow. I get it. You don't have to be this way, Total. You can change your life. You realize it, right? You can start right now. You can start right now. You don't have to be a loser. You don't have to come over here for attention. You got to learn to love yourself first. People like you that come and troll channels is because you don't have a life that's worth anything. So right now, what I realize what you're doing, psychologically, you're screaming out, you're crying out for attention, and you don't even realize it, because it could be very well subconscious. And it's really not your fault, little guy, little mister. I'm talking about your psyche. I'm talking about your demented psyche. You come here for attention. You're an attention whore. If you was around me, I'll put you in the corner so you could get the attention that you need. But I understand it's not your fault. It's something that occurred to you as a little child that you haven't been able to overcome. So we forgive you. And we're going to dismiss you now, little mister. Good night. Goodbye. Another debtor bites the dust. Another attention whore. Flushed down the drain. Out of nowhere, just come on the channel and start scrolling and trolling. And I just keep rolling them on out. That's all I have to say about that. Now, where were we? Before we was rudely interrupted by that Mr. Chi guy, total Chi.
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth not, to him it is sin.
That's right. So if you know to keep the law and you don't keep the law, it is sin. So the lie that we don't have to keep the law because we're under grace is going to get a lot of people caught up without their nation. A lot of people are going to get caught up without their nation for buying into that lie. And it's time that the churches and these religious leaders stop lying to people just so they can fatten their pockets and keep their churches full. You know you're supposed to be teaching the law, so you need to start teaching it. The Most High will bring judgment to you swiftly. From there, let's go to 1 John 2, verse 4. Many people say that I know Christ. A lot of women said, I love my Jesus. They might love Jesus, but they don't love Yahusha, Yahushua. Because if they did, they would be keeping his law. 1 John 2, verse 4. Let's prove it.
Book of 1 John, Yachanan, chapter 2, verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
So this means that anyone that says that they know Christ and they're not doing what he says in this Bible, not me, but the Bible saying that he or she is a liar and the truth is not in them. That's heavy, man. So that means they're lying. What is keeping the commandments? Honoring your mother and your father, so as long as they're not making you sin. If they're trying to make you to sin, it's time for you to say, listen, mom, listen, father, I have a right to live my life. I have a right to be what I want to be in life. I'm not going to allow you to dictate to me anymore because I'm an adult. See, what happens with many of you is that the little child in you never grows up because your parents continues to treat you like a little child. But once we become adults, you're not supposed to talk to your parent like you are still that little child. You're supposed to talk like it's two adults talking to another adult, right? So your parents should no longer dictate to you. I mean, you respect them, but you have a right to live your life. They've lived their life, right? But now they want to manipulate your life. And so the little afraid child that's in you, it caters to the whim of your mother, your father, your daughter, and they dictate your life, and your life is ruined. You end up miserable, and you adapt to it because you said, this is family. So you end up, your anger. You end up filled with anger, with rage, bitter. You're very argumentative to almost everyone you interact with. After a while, no one likes being around you. Why? Because what's in you was placed there by your family, and you want to push that off on someone else.
Yep, that's it.
You want to push it off on someone else. You've never overcome it. So it's a rage, but you want to blame someone else. So you look for any situation and you're afraid of relationships because your parents taught you to be that way. So when something starts to get very serious, you look for an outage because you think it's going to fail, because after all, your family has mistreated you. Your family has mistreated you, and that relationship with them has failed. Their relationship has failed. So the little child in you has told you that you're destined to fail. So when anyone tries to get really close to you in a real relationship, you will make up excuses. You will create any kind of excuse to justify running back home to mom and dad because you've never overcome that little child. And you're going to be miserable. And when you're older, you're going to hate yourself for it. And you do to your children the same thing that they did to you. So the cycle continues. Everyone's life is ruined. But you have the opportunity to get off. You have to go to them and say, listen, mom, listen, dad, I'm not going to allow you to dictate to me. I have a right to live my life the way that I want to live my life. It's unbelievable how many people is incapable of saying that to their parents. Many of you, you feel your parents because of that little child. See, right knowledge, true. See this Bible, man. Living this Bible out right and exact, right? Right knowledge go wherever I go, right? I take it with me everywhere I go. All wise, doing everything right and exact. Right? Living by the laws of the Most High, not catering to anyone, not compromising. But many of you, you're afraid of relationships. You're afraid of your father. You're afraid of not being a good mother because your mom wasn't a good mother. You're afraid of not being a good father. Your father wasn't a good father. And so your life, you don't even know how to live it. You don't know how to be a wife because your mother wasn't a good wife, right? You don't know how to be a father because your father was not a good father. You don't know how to be a good wife to a husband because you don't know what to measure it by. And you don't realize that you're destroying your own happiness with your own inner demons that you can't divorce. You're married to failure. You're married to failure. You come from a demented family, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. So you don't have to stay there. You're ruining your children's life, and so the cycle just keeps continuing. And if your mother and your father, I'm going to say, only you in the sounds of my voice, right? If your mother and your father are still pushing your buttons, you have a right to tell your mother and your father that you have a right to live your own life and you want to live your own life. And they just need to suck it up and drive on. Because too many of you, man, your lives are dictated by external forces. And so you're still like that little child, even though you're an adult in stature, but you don't have the courage to say these things to your parents because they're your parents. So your sacrifice, you'll go through all kind of pain because you don't have the courage to say, I'm going to live my damn life. You know, I'm not going to let you ruin my life. And you look back and you hate yourself for it. You sacrifice your happiness for them. And then after they ruin your life, you blame them. And you look back and you hate yourself for it. This goes on all the time, folks. All the time. It's time to stand up and put faith in the Most High and live your life. Stop allowing others dictate your life, man. Run your life. They're ruining your life and ruining your happiness.
Damn right. That's it.
That's what it is, man.
It is, man. Like babies. They never grew up. Babies, you know. Got a good man and they don't know what to do with them, man. Grow up. Stay away from those crazy mothers. That's why the mothers ain't happy. Here's why the mothers ain't happy. And then they do it to their daughters, Khan. They turn around and it's abuse. It's really abuse. It's abuse.
It is. And the daughters, and the truth is the daughters are damaged. They're damaged and they won't admit it. Right? But they're really damaged. So, but when something comes up, she would maneuver in such a way that she'll look for any little thing for an outing, right? because she already believes that she's going to fail and her family is just tormenting her, making her feel guilty, like you're not supposed to go off and live your own life because her mom's a borderline. The daughter is also. So is the father. So when she tries to break away, she's bringing all that toxicity with her. And so she might be with you physically, but her mind is back over there. Remember that song, Your Body's Here With Me, but your mind's on the other side of town?
Yeah.
That's what it is, man, with a lot of these women. She's physically there with you, but her mind, all of this toxicity that was put in her as a little girl, and they have this stronghold on her. It's like a tug of war thing. She know what you're saying is right. She knows she can have a good life with you, but she look for excuses to ruin it because her family has a stronghold. And she's angry inside because she really don't want to be there around her family. But she said that's family. So she sacrificed her own damn happiness for it. And she'll ruin her life and her child's life because she said that's family.
Yeah, that's it.
And you know, after a while, a man's not going to want to tolerate that. A man's going to say, who are you married to, me or your family? That's what a real man's going to say. Only a boy's going to tolerate. Only a weak man's going to tolerate that. The scriptures say, a man shall leave his father and his mother and become one with his wife. That's written in a masculine form. That means a woman is supposed to do the same thing. See, when you leave that home, your husband is the headship over you, man. But you never left the nest. You leave physically, but you really haven't left because your mind and everything is still in your home, man. That toxicity. Then you bring the nonsense to your husband. Nobody want to be around that, man. You look for someone to blame, but the finger points right back at you. Because now potentially you're going to ruin your children's life like your parents has ruined your life. Get off of the damn treadmill. Get off of the merry-go-round, stand up. And have a heart to face your own inner demons. Because that's what it is. You got to divorce that little child. It's time to grow up. And you know why people can't love properly, Marty? It's because they don't know how to love properly. See, if you knew how to love properly, then you would give that love. See, people, like I was talking to this guy that was just on the call, people can only give you what they have in them. Someone can't give you true love that don't know how to love you. You can't blame them for that either. See, you got to grow up. And once you accept this, see, once you learn to love yourself, then you can love others. But if you can't love yourself, you can't properly love anyone else. I know you guys have heard that on numerous occasions, but you really need to muse over that. Because if there's something deficient within you, you're not going to be able to love anything externally properly. So you got to learn to love yourself first. Then when you love yourself and you know how to love, now you could give love to whoever you're with, because the sole purpose of going into a relationship is to love that person. It's not about what you could take from them. It's not about what they could give you. See, that's all off. That's in Esau's world. A relationship is supposed to be, what can I give this person to make them better? See, that's love. That's the love of Yahuwah. That's love, man. You teach them to keep the commandments. No, the Most High says this. She don't want to do that. You say, I don't give a damn what you want to do. The Most High say this. This is what I live on. If you can't abide by that, then you can hit the road. You say, oh, you can't put me out. Oh, you're no, did not. Let me ask you a question, Benai. Did Abraham put out Hagar?
Come on.
You damn right he did. And the Most High approved of that thing. That stopped me where I'm lying at.
That's it.
The Most High threw her out and a child.
That's it, shit.
She wanted to get, when she got pregnant, she started making mockery of Sarah. What did Sarah say? Put that woman out and her child with her. Yep. See, that shows you how the Most High work, man. When a woman don't want to go right. Just throw this woman out, man, and a child with her. Fulfilling the scriptures again. Book of Sirach 25 and 26. If she would not go the way that you would have her, cut her off from your flesh and give her. Most of you men are not. You're not strong enough to do that, man. Most of you are not built like me, man. You're not built like that. Now you see Tazadaq, you don't want. Man, shut the hell up before I smack you. Just put it out, man. No, real talk, man. I'm being serious. Most men are not built like this, man.
Yeah.
You got to be able to walk away from anything, man. Otherwise, it's going to control you and it's going to make you less than a man.
Come on.
See, a man can walk away from anything, man. Because under the Most High, you're the most powerful thing in this earth once you know who you are.
That's it. That's it. God, they spread that toxic over the man. No man is going to let them bring that in their house, man. You wonder what's going on, man. The whole house will be upside down. No man is going to put up with it, but look what goes on.
I know I'm not. Listen, Marty. I don't care if her vagina was formed in a damn gold or platinum mill. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. If you go against what my power is telling me, what the Most High is telling me, man. Yo, man, you can throw that gold back in the kill. We're gonna reshirt that, man. Put it back into the fire, man. You know what I mean? That's fool's gold. I don't want that. What we need is a born again vagina. You understand what I'm saying?
Born again.
That's right. That's right.
Born again vagina, man.
That's it, brother.
Bring it out, bring it out.
Drop it, brother. That's it.
The scriptures tell you this, though. It's like when getting into this truth, people don't realize how ruthless the Most High is with certain things. And if you don't do what he says, and you're just going to look at yourself, you're going to sit up every day, look in the mirror and say, damn, if I'm living with a wicked woman, I can't stand up and get away from this woman. Who am I? You can't really look at yourself in the mirror no more.
Check this out, man. I'm gonna hit him again because he's not here. More sure than anyone in TDOC, Walik Abdul need to be on this call, and he's not. You know why? Because it's his woman. Because of his woman. And I said it before, and I say it again. It's exceedingly difficult for me to respect a man like that. I don't give a damn how much he say he respect me, man. I can't respect no man that's under his woman. Because the Most High can't use a man like that. Most High can't use that kind of man. She should help me. You understand what I'm saying? She should help me. There you go. Look, he popped in. There you go. Look, he popped in because I said that. You see, I'm calling him out. You see him? No, that's you, Seth. I thought that was him. She's supposed to be your help me, man. Not a smart mouth. Not your Queen Elizabeth dictating to you. I want a divorce. That's what it is. Oh, yeah? Okay. Say no more. Yeah, you ain't got to say nothing else. Say no more. You don't already said too much. I got you. He's sneaking in the damn house like the damn Pink Panther. Sneaking like the damn Pink Panther, man. Waiting for it to get dark, man.
Sheesh.
Facts, man. Facts.
All right. Pink Panther never talk, man. Just all music. He's sneaking around, man. Never say nothing, just completely silent. He acting like the damn Pink Panther, and she acting like Yosemite Sam. I mean, she acting like Yosemite Sam busting that damn cunt, man.
Sheesh.
loud as I don't know what. I heard in the background, man. Every time we on the phone, he get all damn quiet. And I pick up on stuff, man. Just got that intuition. Damn, this brother's talking real quiet. He usually talk real loud. Then the phone just hung up. He didn't say nothing. We was on the phone yesterday. She came around, the phone just hung up.
Damn.
He called back later. He's in the gym. Well, there's noise in the background. I said, brother, I can't hear you now. Real talk, man. How come he's not here though? Now y'all pay attention, man. The brother's never on. And when I started the first call, man, it was early, man, 7:30. See, it's okay if he talks to Jehote. When he talks to me, she don't like that. She don't already saw how I move. I don't want. You know how many women have told that man, I don't want you talking to Tazadaq. No, Maria, he didn't know. One of my books, man, a week ago, the brother to his wife, he wouldn't even tell me if she was on the phone. He said, "Yeah, I don't want those 2 books right there on relationships." I said, "Yo, hold on, brother. These are really good books." He said, "Man, can you change that price around? I don't want those 2 books." I said, "But brother, these are good books. They got things in it about commerce also, man." He talking all soft. I mean, I heard it in the background. He started sounding more like Mickey Mouse. Started looking more like Goofy. You know what I mean? And she went in the other room. He told me, he said, "Yeah, man." He asked me, "Why do you need those 2 books on relationship? You're not going to get those 2, are you? You're not going to get both of those, are you?" I said, "Nah, man, I don't want them." So to keep peace in his house, man, I didn't sit it. I said, this is real. This guy Wesley Curry in the room, man. Wesley.
Oh man, Mr. Curry.
West in the house.
Mr. Curry.
Dang.
Oh man. You constantly around the truth, Mr. Curry.
Kahan, I think Mr. Curry is ready to join in TDOC.
No, he's not joining TDOC. Not him, man. Not that demon. I would never let a demon join TDOC, man.
Hey.
We're inviting Satan in here, man.
That's right.
What kind of
That's
nonsense?
right.
That crazy nuts. He was talking the last time like he was demented. I thought he had dementia.
Come on.
Where he was talking wasn't even making any sense, man. Just complete nonsense.
You cut him out because you got him real good. Shit.
He didn't even understand that. He's just talking. He wouldn't ask, he wouldn't respond to certain questions. You know, when people get put on the spot, they start playing stupid, like they don't understand what's going on. And then he lied, calling himself a man of the Most High. Come on here lying, saying he just happened to stumble on the channel. Told you guys, I seen him in the background many a times. Well, who could forget that pedophile looking dude like that?
He's slippery looking dude, man. Sneaky looking dude.
Everybody get all their children off of the channel. If your children are watching, stop them from watching, because this dude, he's such a he got that look, man, real talk.
You do.
Thick glasses, that nerdy look. Those be the ones, man. They don't get no woman, guess what they do? They go and pick on, little ones. These little ones. Yeah, man. We're gonna have to call Cain Velasquez for him, man.
Come on.
See what happened when that pedophile came in Cain Velasquez neighborhood, man.
Yeah.
He's on charges for that. He busted his gun, man.
Yeah, it's crazy he's on charges for that, just doing what's right.
Nah, he shouldn't have done that. He shot in the car, man. He hit someone else. That was crazy.
Damn, I didn't know that. I thought
he should have just whipped his ass. He shot them dudes mom in the car.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was off as hell, man.
Yeah, never mind, man. I could see him getting back at the dude, but I didn't know he shot up in the car.
Hey, what was that, Khan? Who did that?
Former heavyweight champion, UFC fighter, man. In the Bay Area. He got denied bail. He's on some serious charges, man. That's an attempted murder charge. That's an attempted murder charge.
Wow.
I mean, you know, some people, man, they make money, they think they could do anything, man. See, judge denies bail to UFC champion charge in shooting. Cain Velasquez listens during his hearing in a Santa Clara County court. I'm getting deep. What's his background music? Pissing me off, man. Who's doing that? That's utterly disrespectful. Coming from Yusuf Rahim. All right. A judge in California denied bail Monday to former two-time UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez, who faces attempted murder and multiple gun assault charges, after the authority says he fired at a pickup truck carrying a man accused of sexually abusing a 4-year-old family member. You see? How come he didn't just whip his ass, man? How come he didn't just stop the truck and whip his ass? Velasquez was arrested in San Jose last week after he chased the truck down and fired in the truck. Then he ended up hitting some woman in the truck. The pedophile's mom, I think. Velasquez was arrested in San Jose last week after he chased a pickup carrying the man through busy streets in 3 Silicon Valley cities, ramming the vehicle with his own pickup truck during an 11-mile high-speed chase, prosecutor says. Velasquez, 39, fired a .40 caliber pistol at the vehicle several times, wounding the man's stepfather. See that? He didn't even shoot him. He shot his stepfather, who was driving in his arm and torso. So he shot the man in his back and his arm. And he shot the wrong man.
Damn.
Celebrity attorney.
Wow.
So he went and got the best attorney in California. Look, all you're going to do is pay a lot of money. This is a celebrity attorney who was representing Velasquez, told reporters outside the court that he plans on vindicating his client and getting him back with his family. The Mercury News reported. Velasquez transitioned to pro wrestling after retiring from MMA career in 2019. A former 2-time UFC heavyweight champion, he earned title belts in 2010 and 2012. Well, they put up signs of wrong man's behind bars. Yeah. I get what they're saying, but he shot the wrong man, man. You got to pay for that. Supporters of Cain Velasquez gathers outside. I mean, you chase him down. You ran your truck into it. Couldn't you see someone else was in the damn truck, man? I feel his pain, man. I feel his anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you shot the wrong dude.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. That rage took over. He just was thinking just one thing.
Vigilante justice, man.
He didn't even get the guy.
Right. That guy's dad.
They're going to throw his ass in the box for a long time, man.
We'll see. Now this man, the dude that Velasquez was shooting at, he already had former pedophilia charges, man.
Wow.
That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy.
This system, man, don't do what they should, man. That guy shouldn't have been on the street, man.
Right. Yeah, man. So see that? And that story was all over Anaya.
Yeah, I didn't know
Former
he.
UFC champion Cain Velasquez in court Wednesday, formally charged with attempted premeditated murder and multiple gun assault charges. The Santa Clara County DA's office says Velasquez fired at least 7 rounds, shooting into a truck and injuring one person. This happened Monday afternoon.
Yeah, hit the right man.
Described as an mile high-speed chase by Velasquez in South San Jose and Morgan Hill.
There may be some people that really understand the motivations of the defendant in this case. His actions on February 28th were very reckless.
That so-called motivation, Harry Galarte Jr., a passenger inside the truck Velasquez was said to be targeting. Galarte was not injured in the shooting, but prosecutors have accused him of molesting Velasquez's 4-year-old relative at a family daycare center in San Martin. Galarte didn't work at the daycare, but lived inside the home.
After deputies interviewed the 4-year-old child and other parties involved at this daycare, they later determined that a sexual assault occurred.
Galarte was charged and released last week, and according to the DA's office, was on his way to get an ankle monitor at the time of the shooting. Sky 7 was over the daycare center, which Galarte's I checked with the state's
living in a daycare,
center's last inspection was as recent as January 11th. According to the facility evaluation report, a supervisor noted licensee states that adults over the age of 18 residing in the home are
he was living there. He wasn't working there.
Spouse and her son,
living
Harry
there.
Galarte. All adults residing in the home have criminal background check clearance, signed criminal record statements, and TB test. The sheriff's office says Galarte's mother voluntarily shut down the daycare.
Should go to jail, man.
So his mother owned the daycare. The pedophile's mother owned the daycare.
Get her too. Going
The day of the shooting, the state
shut it down.
Galarte with this immediate exclusion order, demanding he be removed from the home and have no contact with clients of any child care facility. For Velasquez, a show of support at the county courthouse Wednesday. The DA's office saying it's unfortunate he took the case into his own hands rather than waiting on the criminal justice system.
It's our belief that based off of what we know, the allegations in the report, there was no legitimate claim of self-defense under the law.
In San Jose, I'm Amanda Del Castillo, ABC 7 News.
Got a pedophile living inside the daycare.
Wow. So his mom in jail too. She needs to go to jail for sure, man. These poor kids don't get over that, man. Shit, they don't get over that.
Sick.
I can understand his rage, though, man.
Come on.
I can't even hold you. I can understand his rage, man, to the fullest potential.
Yeah, but I don't know if he went by it the right way.
No.
What was this mom thinking, though? I mean, she had to know he's a sick man, man. She let him, and she wasn't even watching him, and to let a kid get grabbed up. Mom need to go to a box herself, man.
Yeah, he's lucky that guy didn't die. Plus, it's the wrong guy. You already know the guy's going to sue him.
Yeah.
You know he's going to sue him.
Damn.
He's going to pay the medical bill, and he's going to get a lawsuit.
The article said he retired. Yeah.
Yeah, but he retired from the UFC, but he was fighting in the WWF. He went over to the so-called pro wrestling.
Cool.
So he got some money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He probably made more there than in the UFC.
Yeah, they make good money for fake wrestling than actually wrestling. Dana White don't pay them people money.
Mm-hmm.
except for the big names. And even then, they really don't get the money they deserve. Yeah, I could understand the rage completely, but I think I would have done it a different way. I would have got him, not I wouldn't have went on no high-speed chase. Mm.
I mean, it was some TV stuff, man. He ran the vehicle into the guy's vehicle, man, and then shot the man 2 times. That's some television stuff, man.
Yeah. It's something off of NCIS. Broad daylight, too.
Yeah.
He was on a mission.
I mean, he was going to kill the guy. I mean, you shooting through a car because you don't know where he would have gotten hit at. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they could easily say, hey, that's attempted murder, man.
Okay.
It's easily attempted murder.
How much time are they serving now for attempted murder, Art?
Is that something that's dependent on the state, or is that just a kind of a national level thing? That's dependent on the state, right?
Gone.
Yeah, the UFO sighting seen over the Ukraine. I don't know if that's real, man. Especially the part that said that is shooting Russian. Come on, man.
I want to see that.
Yeah, how much is gas in Atlanta? It's like $6 out here. How much is it up there?
Once again, they're taking our biblical narratives and applying it to themselves. The UFOs are going to rescue Yasha Allah, not Ukraine.
Oh yeah, Khan. They're smoking something.
Hey, Khan, how much is gas up there a gallon, man?
Speaking
Up
of
here,
UFO,
it's $4.24.
I ain't gonna mention it here.
It's $6 up here. $6 a gallon, man. They got people stealing people's gas already, man. They got some dumbass people, man. I had a bucket and poked holes in the gas guy's vehicle about a couple of blocks down. Come on.
Yeah, they got a new way to steal your gas now. They just take a drill bit and drill into your gas tank.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what they did down the street. Drill a hole in his tank. Stole this gas, man.
Wow.
Stupid ass. $6, man. $6 a gallon.
That's pitiful.
I'm gonna wait till it's $7 a gallon before I start drilling.
Marty, you done told on yourself.
I'm gonna call you, David. Man, you're going out, man. We're gonna get our hoodies, man. We're gonna get some going into business.
Yep. I siphoned gas before, which didn't make any sense because I didn't have a car. I think we were just trying to figure out how to do it. So I saw this rodeo before.
You convert to all electric car, you still have complications with that, malfunctions, so on and so forth. Man, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, we can't win. Only what we do for Christ will last. There's not one thing that man ever made that didn't break.
There's nothing I dislike more than a sober David.
Call me back in about an hour.
Oh, shit, that's below the belt there.
Someone called the Budweiser man. Matter of fact, tell Pats to send me a blue ribbon.
Oh shit.
I don't know about y'all, but I got beer in my bug out bag, so I don't know. I don't know what
I bet you serious too.
What are these guys putting in the room? 2.20 here in Texas, 3.95 in Wisconsin. What are they talking about?
Gas prices.
No way. It's that cheap.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's $6 up here, man.
Oh yeah, those are cheap, man.
Wow.
220 in Texas, man. That's wonderful, man. Damn.
Wow.
For real.
How much was it before? Damn dollar?
Damn, right?
No problem.
I gotta move to Texas. Like, no.
$1 for gas? Ugh.
Nah, I ain't bouncing around. Try to get to Atlanta. I am gonna get to Atlanta eventually. That's my calling. Atlanta.
Yeah, you did good, Kahan. Having the webinars at the same place, because renting a car is expensive, and now with gas being up like that, that would have been a bad experience for us financially. So you were ahead of the curve. I just wanted to give you some kudos on that one. I did tell you before, during the webinar, that I liked it this way, so I didn't have to rent a car. The only thing, then I have to ask people for a ride. So I have to learn how to ask for help like everybody else does. So it didn't kill me. So it must have made me stronger. Well.
Well,
it doesn't sound right coming from a sober David. What are you talking about, Alicia? 2 to 20 years of attempted murder.
2 to 20 years. Damn. Never heard of that. Well, I guess it depends on the state.
He's not in Texas. He's in California.
That's all regular gas prices. Like $3, ain't it, Dave? $3, $3.25.
I don't know. I go to the get-goes up here, and I paid $4.24. Now, it is one of them discount kind of gas stations. If you use the card, it takes like 30 cents off or something like that there per gallon. So what they do is if you fill out an application and use their card, they'll take the money out of your checking account. So in order for you to be able to do that, they allow you to save 10, 20 cents or something a gallon. So they charged me for something, but I ended up paying like $3 something. But when you see that sign, it says $4.24. So it's called an Advantage card. And it took me a while to join it, but when I finally did, it was really easy. and all I needed to do basically was give my name and address of my authorized representative, and allow them to take the money straight from the so I save. But now I'm back to doing what the Kahan does. You know, he may tell me some things that he don't always tell y'all, but he said he don't let his gas tank go down past like a quarter a tank or whatever, like 3/4 of a tank or something. He doesn't do that. I used to be like that until gas went up. I got an older car, and my carburetor got all clogged up. So the mechanic said, "Hey, you need to start using 39." So I did for a while. Then that gas started going back up. I'm back down to 87. I'm like, hey, we're just gonna have to clog up this carburetor again because I'm not paying the price for 89 for gas, 89 grade or whatever.
Okay.
So I panicked a little bit, but Yahweh's Son has sent the Holy Spirit to help me. I've been around a long time, and he has helped me the entire time.
He's helped you again because David, when you let your fuel tank get below a quarter of a tank, you start pulling up the soil in the bottom, the dirt and shit. That's what blows your fuel pump out, man.
Oh, okay.
Yahweh's servant, who's that? You say you're
So
paying $5 in the city. Who is that? Yahweh's servant.
It's your brother, Talik.
Oh, that's Tazadaq. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Shalom. You attending that seminar, ain't you?
If the Kahan is somewhere and if his lips is moving, I'm listening.
Told you I got you, Tazadaq, for to assist you with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no excuses over here.
Kahan.
I don't make excuses, so anybody around me, I ain't trying to hear it.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're catching on young. There's nothing worse than an old simp. Nothing worse. And I wish I could have got it when I was your age. So you get to enjoy it longer. Don't be surprised when others don't want to hear it. Don't be surprised when you try to share this information and they don't want to hear it.
Man, he allegedly shot. You can see
the truck, but now he already put dents in it.
Truck. Inside the truck was a man accused of molesting a family member of Velasquez. Velasquez is facing attempted murder charges, and he made his first court appearance today. Here's NBC Bay Area's Robert Honda.
Supporters of UFC star Cain Velasquez crowded in and around the Santa Clara County Courthouse to cheer him on as he gets ready to fight an attempted murder charge. As NBC Bay Area first reported yesterday, the mixed martial arts star was in court today to be formally charged for shooting into an occupied vehicle in South San Jose near Morgan Hill on Monday. This is exclusive video captured on a cell phone camera showing what appears to be Velasquez chasing after the vehicle, which seems to show bullet holes and dents on it. According to court documents, Velasquez rammed the vehicle with his own truck, then while driving, fired a gun aiming at this man, Harry Gallart, who was out on bail after being charged with molesting a young child at a San Martin daycare center. The documents confirm the child is a, quote, close relative of Velasquez. Gallart's stepdad was ultimately shot in the arm and treated for a non-life-threatening injury. Gallart's sister, who was also in the vehicle, identified Velasquez as the gunman. He was later spotted by police and arrested without incident.
And it's unfortunate that he took the case into his own hands rather than waiting on the criminal justice system.
In court documents, investigators say Velasquez followed Gallart and his family from their home before the alleged attack. Police recovered a legally registered 40 caliber semi-automatic handgun in Velasquez's truck that had been fired 3 times. Multiple bullet casings were also found at the scene. In court, Velasquez, through his attorney, denied all allegations. His supporters say they plan to be a constant presence during any legal proceedings.
It's all about let's right now focus on getting him out on bail. That's what our focus is right now for him and his family.
Robert Honda, NBC Bay Area News.
The arraignment was put off until Monday. At that time, Velasquez will be officially charged and will also have his bail hearing.
Bail has been denied for UFC champion Cain Velasquez following an attempted murder arrest last week. Velasquez is accused of shooting at a man's.
You can't justify the action, man.
His relatives. ABC News reporter Dustin Dorsey spoke with a
You
legal
should get
analyst
bail,
about
man.
this.
You should get bail. What do you think?
Too dangerous, man.
He could have hit somebody random on the street.
A judge denied bail, saying that there is clear and convincing evidence that Velasquez remains a threat to public safety.
Yeah.
Velasquez was arrested last week for attempting to shoot and kill Harry Galarte Jr., a man arrested and then released without bail after being suspected of molesting Velasquez's 4-year-old relative at a daycare center.
If you believe what the DA says the motivation is there anybody out there who would say to a father that this is what you should, this is not what you should do?
Prosecutor Aaron French read a letter to the court today, written by Galarte's mother, that said Velasquez being out on bail would put them at risk. Celebrity lawyer Mark Arago said there is no threat of Velasquez running or, quote, finishing the job if a substantial bail was approved. He presented the judge with 37 letters of support for the UFC star, including some written by prominent sports figures like UFC President Dana White and UFC World Champion Khabib Nurmagomedov, who trains with Velasquez at AKA in San Jose. Garagos fought to get Velasquez back home with his 2 children, but bail was denied.
They released the perpetrator back into the public with $0 bail, yet they're holding Cain on no bail. And this is why people are disgusted, and rightfully so, with the criminal justice system.
You know, it's not a surprise.
Jim Hammer is a former assistant district attorney and police commissioner in San Francisco and says Velasquez being denied bail shouldn't come as a shock. He believes the defense will try and focus the attention on the molestation case to reduce the heat on Velasquez and avoid a trial.
If he goes to trial and is convicted of attempted premeditated murder, the penalty is life in prison. The stakes are incredibly high. And the defense in this case is have their eyes on both. How do you change public opinion, or at least soften it, make him somewhat more sympathetic if you can do it, but also have to prepare for a potential trial down the road.
Velasquez is set to make his next court appearance in April in San Jose. Dustin Dorsey, ABC 7 News.
Damn, just for attempted murder, man. It's life in prison, this dude just said, this attorney. Wow.
My goodness, brother.
No, he may not even be able to see his daughter. It didn't say his daughter, but
if you want to eat healthy,
yeah, it's his daughter. It's his daughter.
That's his.
They don't want to say it because she's a minor.
Damn.
And feel your best.
You gotta admit, he handled that wrong, man. Once someone else was in that truck, if he was going after that one guy alone, that's a little different. But someone else is in a truck, you ramming your truck into it, and you shooting at it, you're endangering the other person's life also, unjustifiably.
Shalom,
Try
you hear me?
Yes.
Chava is.
Go ahead.
We're hearing about some potential.
Shalom, you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to say some World War III news right now. Saudi Arabia just declined Biden on talks on trying to buy oil from them, increase the oil supply. And Saudi Arabia, they siding with Russia. They're ready to exchange oil and the yuan and Russia and the Russia ruble, because Russia's backing their ruble by gold now. So things about to get turned even worse now, because what backs the oil, what backs the petrodollar is the government, it's the military. And in 1948, I forgot what year it was, but that's what when Saudi Arabia made that deal to have you can only buy oil with the U.S. petrodollar. So now Saudi Arabia now is not saying they're not taking that no more. So things about to change when it comes to the economics and the oil, because oil is what keeps the world going around. And this prophecy is saying, I forgot what the prophecy it was, where it says that where the scripture talk about the oil. I forgot the word they use, but in this time the oil will be they'll change it the way it works. So I just seen it on my update today that Saudi Arabia is they're not taking no calls from Biden. The new prince that's in power, he's not taking his calls. So I just
they done that.
update
That happened
the
6 days ago.
Yeah, it was supposed to be not. He called it. He tried to contact again, and today is an update saying that Saudi Arabia is saying that they want to exchange oil with the yuan and the ruble. So the yuan is backed by China, and the ruble is backed by Russia.
Committee Buddy Carter joins us now. Congressman, good morning to you. So we just got word that a gallon of gas prices just hit $4.25 a gallon. The previous record high was $4.11. So we have passed that. We need to get gas prices down fast. How do we go about doing that?
Well, we unleash American energy. We unleash our natural resources that are here. Keep in mind that over a year ago, we had energy independence in this country. And if Ukraine teaches us anything, it teaches us the importance of energy independence and national security. We understand now, and we understood before. Look, I'm old enough to remember the late 70s when we were too dependent on OPEC in the Middle East for our energy needs, and we set out to achieve energy independence, and we actually achieved it. And then this administration took over, the Biden administration, with their war on fossil fuels. And what has resulted? Now we're dependent on other countries for our energy needs, asking them to pump more to help us out. Now we're having to buy oil from dictators in Venezuela and Saudi Arabia and Iran. That is not America. We have the resources here. We just have to simply turn the switch on and unleash our energy sources here.
Yeah, Congressman, there is a reporting in the Wall Street Journal that the Biden administration tried to set up a phone call with Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to see if they would increase their oil production. They didn't even take the phone call. So is the Biden administration going to get into a place where he has to pivot and he has to start encouraging drilling here at home?
I certainly hope so. I always like to say that it's never too late to do the right thing. And that is the right thing. Yes, it's going to take a while to ramp up. It won't happen overnight, but we need to do it, and we need to do it now. And we need to always remember the importance of being energy independent. In fact, we had achieved energy dominance over a year ago. During our administration, during the Republican administration, we were actually exporting oil. We had to change legislation here in Congress in order to be able to do that. But we had achieved that. We threw it. We didn't throw it all the way. The Biden administration threw it all away.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, because a lot of people talk about how oil trades on the futures market. So if the Biden administration signals, listen, we're going all in on energy independence, we're going to restart the pipeline, we're going to drill, how quickly could gas prices go down?
Well, it could be a matter of days, a matter of weeks, and certainly this will help the stock market, it will help everything. I mean, that encouraging sign that we are going to do the right thing, finally, that will help our economy. There's no question about it. And look, these gas prices, they are impacting the people who can least afford it, the working class, the middle class. Those people, the single mom who's having to buy gas to drive to work or buy for her family. Those are the people who are hurting the most by this. The upper class, they can afford it, but not the middle class, not the working class.
Yeah, I know. And the president has made it very clear he isn't going to raise taxes on people making less than $400,000 a year. But you look at gas prices just going through the roof, and that is a tax. And yesterday during President Biden's speech, he said that the best way to cut energy costs is to go electric. So the president's solution to this is for people who can't even afford gas in their car to buy a $60,000 electric vehicle. How is that realistic?
It is not realistic, and Joe Biden is not living in a realistic world. I mean, this is simply ridiculous to think that someone could afford that. Mr. President, we need you to do the right thing. It's never too late to do the right thing. Turn the switch on, unleash the natural resources that we have an abundance of here in America. Let's drill here.
Yeah, and I know that you have legislation that would restart the Keystone XL pipeline. That would be complicated, though, because the pipeline is run by.
I mean, $60,000 electric vehicle, man. She's trying to make it seem like
Well,
that.
certainly we could pick up where we left off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it would be complicated, but at the same time, it can be done. And it
You know what's crazy? They don't even
I'd
have
much rather
electric
get
pumps where I'm at.
from our
They don't
neighbor,
even-
from our north
So how am I-
neighbor,
I'm gonna fill up my
a
car?
friendly neighbor in Canada, to
Right.
buy it from the dictators in Saudi Arabia and Iran and in Venezuela. That's not where we should be patronizing those companies in those countries. We should be getting it from Canada. If we had continued with the Keystone XL pipeline, we would have found ourselves in a much different position right now today.
Yeah, and you even have Democrats like Ilhan Omar, Bob Menendez saying we don't want to get oil and gas from Venezuela or Saudi Arabia either. So certainly more to come on that front. Also, Congress just reached a deal on the $1.5 trillion government spending package. One of the headlines is that they were able to do that without a fight. The other is that $13.6 billion is going to help Ukraine. Do you support this spending, and how exactly would that Ukrainian aid money be used?
Well.
As of yesterday morning at our conference meeting,
Young man. It's being turned up.
Yeah, this place going down. This place is going down.
Well, see what happens, man. Ukraine and Russia's engaging in peace talks.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like it's propaganda, man. Like anything I be hearing from like American sources, like I don't believe in none of it, man. Because like how are they gonna have a peace talk when Russia just took Instagram off like they don't have Instagram, they don't have no American type of markets out there. They're basically being blackballed from the world, you know what I'm saying? And today I heard that the US is asking China to be with the world against Russia. So basically, you know, this devil wants everybody against Russia because they see that, you know, Russia is about to take over Ukraine, and then they might set more sights on Europe. And you know, and then also, you know, NATO's been helping. They've been helping Ukraine. They've been sending all these type of weapons and stuff like that. And Russia already threatened us. If you have to send weapons, we gonna do what it do.
Speed internet is out of reach for your home.
Peace summits. It's gonna get interesting, man.
And that Zelensky dude, he be talking crap. He be talking
Ukraine. Russian and Ukrainian delegates are meeting via video link to resume their fourth round of negotiations.
Meanwhile, the battle on the ground is intensifying across several cities, including Kyiv. The capital saw one of the heaviest bombardments since Russia's invasion began. Officials say more residential areas were hit with deadly results. CBS News' Skylar Henry has more.
Wow.
Look at that. Come on, you can't talk. No more talking. Look at this.
Russia's bombardment.
Yeah, let's talk. I'm on you again.
Russian and Ukraine.
Yeah, so the peace talks is just the way of saying that. So basically what Russia is saying with their continual assault, if you don't agree to what we want to do, more of this is going to happen. It's going to get worse to your capital. That's what they're saying.
This fight for control.
Just look at how little progress the Russians have been able to make. A lot of it is due to the Ukrainian resistance and how adaptive they are proving to be on the field and, frankly, in the street.
For 2 weeks now, Russia has
they
encircled the
clowns,
city.
man.
There's no way in or out for people, food, or supplies.
People are running out of water, electricity, gas for heating, access to medical services. The situation is really untenable, unbearable for civilians.
The shelling in the capital city of Kyiv picked up overnight as well. Russian forces hit another large apartment building in the attack. Ukrainian officials say at least 2 civilians were killed. But that isn't stopping the leaders of Poland, the Czech Republic, and Slovenia from making the dangerous crossing into Ukraine for a face-to-face meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky. President Biden is considering taking a trip to Europe to meet with allies to talk about how they can continue to support Ukraine in its fight for freedom.
What we need is the supply of any type of weapons that we can receive.
Ukrainian President Zelensky will make a direct appeal to Congress for more support.
He's a so-called Jewish guy.
Tomorrow, when he speaks to the
Zelensky.
He's a puppet. He's a puppet.
We need to
Yeah,
help
he seems like an
get
actor.
that system to Ukraine without wasting another second.
And Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin is on his way to Belgium for meetings with NATO partners. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
We have team coverage of the war in Ukraine. Christina Ruffini is in Poland near the Ukraine border following the refugee crisis.
But let's go to MTS Tayeb, who joins us from Lviv, Ukraine. MTS, we saw heavy shelling in Kyiv overnight. Still, leaders from Poland, the Czech Republic, and Slovenia are visiting the capital. Break it all down for us. Why are they there?
This is extraordinary. I mean, to see the prime ministers of 3 European countries travel by train to Kiev, a city that is under siege effectively.
Yeah, I seen a TikTok with him. The Zelensky dude. He was doing like some ABC video, man. Like where he was doing some real queer stuff, man. So he was put into that position through the West. That's why they're trying to help him. Man. They don't really care about that country, man. They already been accused of having chemical biolabs inside that country. So, I mean, and then they talking about they're losing. How is Russia losing? They think because of course there's going to be some casualties. Like it's a war. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some type of some tanks might explode, some jets might get blown up, but y'all not winning. Your damn city, your damn country is getting bombed. Buildings getting exploded. Military bases is exploding. You got airports being destroyed. How is that winning? That's that propaganda from America, man. They try to make it seem like Russia don't know what they doing, man. Come on. And they keep on playing, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be a point to where they're gonna push them buttons, man. Because Biden's want to come over there and support. He told y'all if y'all come and intervene over here, we're gonna intervene on y'all. And he said that, and then they trying to put a no-fly zone. And Putin said they put no fly zone, it's really gonna be a wrap.
One of the ubiquitous buzzwords in national security circles the last few years is anti-access area denial, or A2/AD. This term of art refers to the capability of long-range missile systems fielded by China and Russia that could theoretically threaten vast swathes of territory, in theory denying access to those areas. One common focus of A2/AD anxiety concerns Russia's Bastion P mobile coastal defense systems, less impressively designated SSC-5 stooge by NATO, which can launch supersonic P-800 anti-ship missiles from a truck-based launcher. Russian analysts write with satisfaction that the Bastion can shoot not only through a considerable part of the territory of Poland, Germany and the Baltic countries, but also it can actually block the entrance to the Baltic Sea from the Atlantic. The situation in the Far East looks even more serious. The Bastion deployed to the Kuril Islands is able to block any naval activity in the area of the Japanese island of Hokkaido. Russia's coastal defense systems deployed in Crimea are also capable, in the opinion of the chief of the Russian General Staff Valery Gerasimov, to block the Bosporus. But, like any popular idea, the concept of A2/AD has incited some backlash in recent years. For example, a 2019 report argued that A2/AD capable weapons have been overhyped because they aren't very effective at their maximum range and are limited more by the range of their sensors than their missiles. Furthermore, the term A2/AD seemingly conflates the ability to inflict losses for the ability to completely shut down access to a region. In September 2019, security analyst Michael Kaufman published a critique of A2/AD on War on the Rocks. In his view, A2/AD was formulated to describe Chinese strategy in the Asia-Pacific and has been inaccurately extended to Russian capabilities in Eastern Europe. This, he argues, is a result of simplistically assuming that similar technologies fielded by China and Russia will necessarily be used in the same manner. After all, the Russian military doesn't even have a homegrown term for A2/AD, using instead an English translation. According to Kaufman, Russian doctrine does not seek to maximize geographic coverage of its so-called A2/AD systems, but rather concentrates them on critical areas while leveraging long-range capabilities to selectively support offensive and defensive operational concepts. Russian military planners, he writes, are under no illusion that their missile systems form an impermeable defensive bubble that can survive indefinitely against attacks by U.S. stealth jets and cruise missiles. Thus, such weapons are intended to be used judiciously to impose costs and delays, protect a small number of key areas and shape adversary operations around them. Each battery is composed of 4 8x8 K340P launcher vehicles, each carrying 3 crew and 2 8-meter-tall P-800 Onyx missiles. A further 4 K342P transloaders trucks each carry 2 missile reloads. The battery is controlled by a 4-man crew in a K380P 6x6 command vehicle that can be deployed up to 15 miles away from each launcher. The vehicles are all-terrain capable, can deploy for launch in 5 minutes, and are made from a composite material that supposedly reduces their radar signature by a factor of 15 to 20. A Bastion P unit depends on other platforms to detect the presence of hostile ships, usually a monolith B over-the-horizon radar. However, it might also receive targeting data from drones, satellites, Tu-142 and Il-38 maritime patrolled planes and Ka-31 naval helicopters. Once enemy ships are located and identified, the missiles are provided with GLONASS coordinates, the Russian GPS equivalent, and a solid fuel rocket booster propels the 3.4-ton Onyx missile into the air. The booster is then ditched and a liquid fuel ramjet motor takes over for sustained flight at roughly 2.5 times the speed of sound. The P-800 can either approach at high altitude for a maximum range of 186 to 210 miles, or skim just 15 feet above the surface the entire way to minimize odds of radar detection, though only out to 75-mile range. Ships are moving targets, so in the terminal stage, a P-800 dives down and activates a monopulse radar seeker with a search angle of 45 degrees. The seeker has 2 modes, a passive, anti-radar seeker designed to home in on cooperative targets that have turned on their own active radar, and frequency-hopping active radar seeker which can also supposedly identify stationary land targets. The seekers are claimed to be resistant to chaff decoys and radar jamming. The Onyx high speed makes it very difficult to shoot down in the terminal phase, and its 440 to 550 pound warhead can inflict crippling damage upon even a large warship. The Russian Navy operates an estimated 50 Bastion P batteries, operating alongside larger numbers of Balcoast defense systems that use smaller, subsonic KH-35 missiles with a range of 160 miles. Starting with 3 batteries of the 11th Missile Artillery Brigade stationed at Canada on the Black Sea. A Bastion-equipped 15th Brigade was later employed in Sevastopol on the Crimean Peninsula after it was seized by Russian Special Forces in 2014. A silo-launched Bastion S variant is also slated for activation in 2020 in the Utah's Object 100 Coastal Defense Force on the Black Sea, which is built.
Russia said they got something, man. Russia got something, man. Why?
Are they ready? Are they ready? Russia got something, Mark. That's true. Was the world ready?
Only thing I could do is put my faith in the Most High, man. This could get very, very. I've been in some war zones, man. It's not something anyone want to be in. They think they want to be there until they get there. Think you want to be there until you get there, man. You can smell death in the air. Horrifying screams. Well, I think I'm gonna bring this one to an end, man.
I'm shutting it down, Ark. No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, man. Wow, man. King Velasquez, man. Should have thought differently, man.
Yeah.
But he's thinking back on that, man. Anger, man. That's what anger does, man. Some people make decisions that causes them the rest of their life. Now, he shot the wrong guy, man. He didn't even get his mission accomplished. And now there's a possibility he could spend his rest of his life in prison, man. For something he was trying to do. He shot the wrong person 2 times. Wow.
Yeah, that's very impulsive behavior, Ark. He kind of gave whoever could have got shot a life sentence, could have took their lives in any of those stray bullets. You gotta be very cautious of that. Very cautious.
Well, for
Like
40 cal, luckily it wasn't life-threatening injuries.
Right. You brought up a strong point. You know, some of this might have been validated if it was just the individual in the car.
Right.
You know, that the guy he was originally hunting, but no, it didn't work out that way. It didn't work
That
out
other
that
guy
way at
made
all.
it public. The other guy made it public, and plus the area he was in, when he took those shots, there was other cars around.
Yeah, he could have hit a random driver.
Right.
Somebody's life.
I mean, you can see he had already ran into the truck, man. Apparently, the guys kept driving.
I wonder how because if he ran and see, I would have ran the truck and then, like you said, maybe ran up on the truck and opened the door or something like that, or try to get in the truck. But I don't know. I don't know.
The door, you're gonna get blasted.
I guess that's why they. I guess this is why they denied the bail, because they said the denial is because he's a public threat.
Right.
And that makes
Man,
a lot of
you
sense.
could see why they could justify that, man. Because he chased the guy down, trying to run the car off of the. I mean, that's some movie stuff, man. That's attempted murder, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My.
It probably was one of them damn pills, man. You know, a lot of those wrestlers take steroids, man. And that messes your mind up.
Yeah.
Makes you really rageful, man.
Come. Some years ago, there was this wrestler that killed himself and his whole family.
Oh yeah, that is right. He was forget his name. Yeah.
Chris Benoit.
Chris
That's his
Benoit.
name.
Yeah. Chris.
I don't even watch wrestling, man.
I just remember hearing that story.
That is right. And they say they chased him for like 11 miles. He was chasing them in the truck, right?
And yeah, Cain Velasquez,
And then look what set him off, though. So this is his daughter that was assaulted by the guy? Is this the way the news is reading? This is his daughter, Velquez's daughter that was assaulted in the daycare by the pedophile offender?
The news is not saying it's his daughter, right? But it is his daughter, right? Because she's a minor. So they don't want to say that. Because then it will expose her name and all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you're saying a close family member, because they'll figure out who his daughter is, and they, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's his daughter. I mean, you can see why the man behaved like that, but if he had just thought a little bit, you know what I mean? But I don't. I'm with Kim. I wouldn't wait for the authorities because too many of those people get away. I probably would have handled it, but I would have done it a little more controlled, you know. I want to wait until that guy was, somewhere in the clear, because apparently he didn't care about putting his life on the line. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
And they say the guy was on his way to get an ankle bracelet put on.
Right. Because I told you he'd already been on formal charges for that stuff, man. That dude was already considered to be a pedophile. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He should have never been allowed to be around any children, man.
But he stays inside of a home that doubles as a daycare.
No, his mom owned the daycare. The pedophile's mom owned the daycare, so he stayed there.
Wow.
Well, that's it, man. I'm gonna say shalom, man. Everybody be safe, man.
Shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
Thank you for welcoming us to the platform.
Man.